Alright, so I got this Milwaukee fuel brushless. I think it's the 7 1/4, 7 1/2 saw here. I'm trying to look for the model size. There it is. This is model 2731, and I just have a cheap, well actually it's not a cheap one, but this is a tile cutting blade. I cut cement with this, I cut tile, I cut everything with this. I don't have my tile cutter with me, so I'm having to use this blade. So I hope you guys saw that. This is the Milwaukee 2731-2020 indicating it does not have the battery. I happen to be using a 5.0 battery. I've already made my marks here. You may or may not be able to see it, but you can see my marks. I've already made them because I just need to cut from here to here to allow for entry into the cabinet space that's along the wall in the bathroom. You'll see it in the other videos that I have, but I don't have my tile cutter with me. I happen to leave it at another job site in my house, actually in El Paso. So I'm going to go and just make this tile cut with a punch cut, and I'm looking down between this area here into the wood, and I can see where the wood is. The good thing about this saw is that, of course, turn it on, you move this little trigger here, and then very little kit. This is a 5.0 battery. Moving the guard. Actually, I hate this guard. I wish I could take it off all the time, but I'm scared to take it off. Anyways, here's my plunge cut. I already drew my line on there. I don't know if I showed you the line, but here's the line that I need to cut and the space that I already marked to allow for the cabinet to come in. So let's go. And I'm resting it on the tile here, lining up my blade. Lined it up. So just let the blade work. Let the blade work. I'm not putting any downward pressure. I'm just putting the weight of the saw itself. Good. I have to move it because this guard is hitting my knee here, so I can now switch knees again. I've never done it like this. A lot of people have fancy little tables and all sorts of stuff. I didn't bring my table. It's at home. I don't mind getting down. I'm not that fat, so luckily I can move up and down. The Milwaukee 27-31-2.0 fuel brushless 7 1/2 or 7 1/4 blade. I just use a basic, well I say basic, but this is probably a $30 blade. It's the rigid version from Home Depot. I forget what this is called, but it's got the notches on there. It's supposed to keep it cooler. I don't really know what it does. There's one that doesn't have notches. This one happens to have notches. They all work the same. I haven't noticed any difference. If you guys know why they're notched or not, I think it's to keep it cool. So maybe for longer cuts. I've used this blade. I think I've used this exact blade to cut about 20 feet into the cement. And you can see even cutting 20 feet of cement with rebar, the blade still works great to cut this tile here. And I don't really know if it's porcelain or ceramic. It's the same thing. Porcelain gets cooked at a higher, like 400 degrees hotter than ceramic. There's zero difference in reality long term between ceramic and porcelain. The only difference, of course, is when there are some certain tiles, I forget if they're ceramic or porcelain, that are painted all the way through, so the design is throughout the entire tile or tile piece, where most tile and ceramic and porcelain just have a printed on color design, and this one just happens to be a wood grain. But anyways, you can see that it's cut, and I just use a circular saw. I did try to use this thing from Goldblatt. It's got a little, the same cutting blade that any type of tile cutter would have, and you're supposed to pinch it with this, and it'll break the tile in that fashion. I couldn't get it to work. It's designed more for smaller cuts, and I guess it may work for smaller cuts, I don't know. I think the problem is that this thing is on there too tight, so it's not allowing the device to roll. So it's not rolling. I don't think it's gonna mark it properly. Yeah, see, I just marked that. Oh, it actually did cut it pretty good, so maybe it doesn't matter if it rolls or not, but obviously for smaller cuts. That's all. Thank you for watching.